Everybody, welcome to the 5th episode of Heart to Heart. I'm Sanya, and this is my co-host Cicely.
Hey. It's been a minute, but we have been busy gals, to say the least. When I start looking like this is how you know school's back in session.
Yeah, we are very busy. That's why we haven't been able to do an episode in a while, but I think that's kind of a good thing because we actually have a lot to talk about and catch up on today.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like a therapy session. Honestly, I prepared for this episode by watching our episode with Darian. I needed mental strength, and that episode was very uplifting.
Yeah, that is a great episode.
So if you haven't watched it, watch it. That was our 3rd episode.
Yeah, 2nd or 3rd.
Okay, yeah. 2nd or 3rd. Anyways, let's get into our life updates. How's it been, Cicely?
It's been good. I've been super busy with soccer, student government, just school. I have all online classes this semester, which sounds like easy, but I think it's harder because I have so much work.
Yeah.
And discussion posts and homework, and I'm drowning in work every week.
I always preferred to take online classes because they sound so much better than they are, and then once you're in an online class, then you realize how much work you have to do. It's so overwhelming, and it's almost more difficult to keep up with all the work because you don't have a professor or somebody constantly reminding you of things in class. So
and in class you can get behind and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, Labor Day was this week, and oh, you have today off. No, online classes you still have as much work as another week. You're just a day behind.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but I like online classes because it's easy. You can do it whenever, but don't take all of your classes online.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Yeah, and I feel more people should understand that because of COVID. At one point, we were all online in school, and I think collectively as a generation, we all hated that. So
yeah, and I'm really scared COVID's coming back. And I don't want to be that person. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything. Maybe. But I keep hearing rumors that masks are coming back.
Yeah, I've seen that some places have put back on the mask restrictions and stuff, and obviously we're seeing a lot larger numbers of cases. And
I'm so over. I just want to live life.
I know, but almost at this point it's kind of like the flu. I mean,
yeah,
every year
I've had
it's
it 3
flu
times.
season. I've had it 5 times.
Oh my gosh, you're the only other person I think has had it more than me.
Yeah, I've had it 5 times, but nothing was worse than the first time I got it. That was horrible. But
mine was bad during Omicron, but it wasn't that bad. It was the flu. I was just tired and my back hurt and my eyes hurt, which was weird.
Yeah, I mean it sucks. The worst part about it for me is getting really bad chills and a fever and stuff. It just makes me feel so weak. And then also one time when I got it, I could not breathe. I was wheezing and stuff. So it's no joke. I mean, I don't think there's much of a conspiracy around it. You get sick from it.
I do remember being scared to go to sleep on my back because I could barely breathe. I was
yeah,
it
it's no
scary.
joke. But hopefully we don't get it again.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be okay with a lockdown again though. That was kind of nice.
I get stir crazy. I need to go out and stuff. That was so rough for me. I really did not like quarantine.
I hated it at first, but then I got my groove and I loved it because I could have my own routine. I didn't have all this responsibility.
Yeah.
I would do it different though. I would do it different because I know the outcome now.
I was so lazy during lockdown. I would literally wake up just to be excited to go back to bed because I had nothing to do. When we came back from spring break and they canceled school that following week, I lost my damn mind. I was going on walks by myself just to
get out of the house.
Get out of the house. And don't get me wrong, love going on walks and stuff, but that was the equivalent of going out on the weekends was me going on a walk alone during lockdown.
I had a good experience during the first week of lockdown because I was on my way to the airport to go to Ireland and my flight gets canceled. So I'm like,
Yikes.
well, I'm heading to the airport anyway. I'll just go somewhere.
Wow.
So I ended up going to Florida for like $22 first class.
That's nice, though.
I met my family down there, and I was like, okay, like, let's just make the best out of this.
Mhm.
The next day after I get there, the beach closes.
Yeah, that happened while I was in Florida, too,
Yeah.
for
But
spring break.
The good thing was we had like the penthouse, so we
Mhm.
could just stay on the top and tan and like
Yeah, that is nice.
get food delivered. So it was a really nice trip.
When I was in Florida for quarantine, I went on spring break, and it wasn't quarantine when I got there, but then after, like, the second day, the beaches were closed down, no restaurants were open. The hotel I was staying at, I guess a bunch of staff just quit because nobody wanted to get sick, so we couldn't get fresh towels. Like, toilet paper wasn't getting delivered. Our room wasn't clean because none of the room service would come and clean the room. So, like, we would go on the beach and, like, bring in sand, and the room would get so gross, and, like, nobody came to clean it. I honestly thought after that trip, I was like, I'm never coming back to Florida because it was so traumatizing being stuck there. Like,
Where were you?
Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, I was in Fort Myer, so it was a little more chill. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, and that was during, like, the peak of spring break, too. So there were lots of young people there, and you couldn't get food anywhere. Like, the group I went with, we just kept eating. There was, like, a sports bar, and the food was so bad, and it was so expensive, but we were, like, had nothing else to eat. It was honestly scary, too, like, going to the grocery store, the shelves being, like, emptied out, you know.
I remember like the first trip I went like during the COVID era. It was so crazy. I'd go down like the bread aisle. There'd be like one thing left, and
Yeah.
then all the toilet paper gone. And the last day of school was actually like one of the craziest days of my life, because I mean, everyone had them come on the intercom and they're like, hey, like last day of school, like blah blah blah. And Rensselaer was supposed to have Morp that night, and we were like, oh dang it, Morp's canceled. Like, what are we gonna
What
do?
is that? Morp?
It's like a fun dance where everyone just dresses like.
Oh.
It's fun.
Does sound fun.
It's prom backwards, so it's like supposed to be like fun prom.
So does somebody have it at, like, their house? Or?
No, it's at the school. But like,
Wow.
yeah, it's ballsy,
So they
and everyone
encourage
shows
that?
up like, you know, messed up. So I think they started like breathalyzing after I left, but like it was just a crazy like fun fest.
That sounds fun.
It was really fun. But it got canceled, so we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? So
I forgot you were in high school during COVID.
yeah, it was crazy.
I'm only one grade older than her, so it's not even like we're that far off. But that is really weird.
Yeah.
Though, because I can't imagine having gone to high school during that. That's so sad.
I decided to throw a party at my house that night, and it was actually at my grandma's. Sorry, Grandma. Because she was in Florida. So I was like, well, I mean, the world's like ending. Like,
Yeah.
screw it, I'm gonna have a party. So I had a party, invited like everyone, and it was really fun. But
I've always heard about Cicily's famous parties that she would throw in high school.
yes,
I wish I could have
town.
attended. Maybe one day.
Yes,
That's
my
what we
birthday's
need.
coming up.
Yeah, and we talked about going out together on Blackout Wednesday. You
Yes,
remember
that would be so fun. All right.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a crazy time. So if it's anything like last time, I mean, we know what to expect now, but like it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a lot different than the first time
Yeah.
because we do know what to expect, but who knows? I personally don't want that, but I mean, maybe I could benefit from some time off, you know, chilling in the house, keeping myself grounded. That's like, I went out all weekend for Labor Day, and I am so tired. Like, I'm catching up on sleep still. So, but I had a very fun weekend.
Tell them about it.
I went to a Serbian soccer tournament.
Okay.
That every year it's like hosted in a different location, and this year it was in Chicago or Illinois. And so you go to the soccer games during the day, and there's like tents, there's bars, there's food, like Serbian music, dancing, and then soccer games. And that's like during the day. That's a lot of fun. And then at night, like the clubs host after parties.
Ooh, okay.
So I just went out all all day to the soccer games, and then at night I would go out with my friends in the city, and it was just a lot of fun. Like, I always loved doing stuff like that.
Those always look so fun. I'm like, I want to go.
It is really fun, and like some of my favorite memories are like doing stuff like that with my Serbian friends. So it was a lot of fun, and like I'm really happy because recently I've just been trying to like have fun, like enjoy the last of the summer. So this was like a nice little summer send off.
Yeah.
So,
and like Labor Day is that day. It's like, okay, let's get serious. It's fall now. But I mean, it is like 100 degrees outside. It's brutal.
I know, but it was so cold last week.
Yeah.
I realized like I'm not mentally prepared for winter, or like I need to move somewhere warm, and I'm going to.
Yeah. Back to the soccer games. They're so fun, and I don't think that's talked about enough. Like,
yeah, soccer games are a lot of fun.
the tailgating, like everyone's like, oh, football. Have you been to a soccer game?
I see all these people going to the soccer games in Miami now because Messi plays, and that looks fun.
I want to go when he's in Chicago. It's October.
We should go.
Let's go.
I would be very down to go. I love soccer. Like, soccer
so
is
fun.
a really popular Serbian sport. So, like,
it's a great sport.
The World Cup is my favorite, like, over the Olympics. I love watching the World Cup.
I agree. That's what made me want to become a reporter. Is like this, like, how cool would it be to have a job just reporting soccer?
That would be really awesome.
That'd be so cool.
And hey, maybe one day you will.
Yeah, when I decided, like, oh, I don't want to play in the World Cup, I'll just be on the sidelines.
You're settling.
Yeah, maybe next year.
That's funny. But I do like watching the Olympics too.
Yeah,
I like
the
World Cup is just like, I love seeing how it brings the world together. Like, it is such a special and important thing to so many places around the world, and like that warms my heart. Like, an event like that kind of brings the world together. Not trying to sound sappy, but I love the World Cup.
I love the World Cup too. And like, I don't know like what they put in the World Cup, but it just like makes me so happy. The 2010, I think, like Shakira, it's like Waka Waka, and like Pitbull.
Banger. I still listen to those songs.
So many bangers come out of it.
I still bump those songs, like, no shame. They are great songs. Like, what other world sport competition is dropping bangers like that?
Step up your game, Olympics.
But I do like the Olympics. I'm not a big fan of the Winter Olympics, though.
I like figure skating.
That's about it. I like gymnastics, track.
I like the one where they like jump like up in the air, like they are off a mountain and they go jump. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Jump off a mountain?
Yeah, like they ramp a mountain in the air.
With the ski. You're talking about the Winter Olympics? Jump. Okay, yeah, that is cool. That's horrifying, but it's cool.
It is cool.
But I like watching gymnastics, track. I'll watch swimming sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Phelps is fun to watch.
Yeah, but gymnastics and track are like my favorites.
The OG, like they're the best. Yeah.
Even men's gymnastics is insane. Like, watching those people do that, I literally walk up 3 flights of stairs to get up here, and I'm wheezing for my damn life. And these, like, the tricks that they do, it's impressive. Like, talk about real strength.
Yeah, that's so true.
But what was I gonna say?
We were talking about like end of summer.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just it is sad thinking that summer is over. It flew by.
It did. And this summer has been amazing. Like, summer of a lifetime.
Yeah.
But it flew by.
It was. There were really, really great parts of the summer. Like, definitely some of my best memories were made this summer. It was a good summer. It was great things happened during the summer, but I feel like there were a lot of slow days where I kind of didn't do a lot. And I started working full-time now, during the summer. So now it's like I will never have, like, a summer again,
I thought about that a lot this year because I had my internship, which was only 2 days, which I was happy. But then I worked at the school the other 2 days. And I'm like, this is my last summer. Like, am I doing it right?
Yeah. It is sad to think about. Like, we're all functioning adults of society now. I don't like the thought of that. But I do like working. I love making money.
I love
like,
money.
That's the best. See, for me, working is never hard because I'm like, okay, at least like I'm making money doing it. Whereas at school, it's like all work, no reward.
I'm
you
paying
know?
for this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're literally paying for it. So imagine if you got paid to go to school.
That'd be pretty cool.
Don't some places do that? Don't some countries?
Yeah, for their master programs, like a lot of schools do it.
But when you do start working, it does make you, I don't know. I like not having to do anything when I get home, like not having things to do after work and stuff. That was also one thing I hated about school, is like having to do so much work after spending your whole day here, you know?
Yeah.
But it's life, whatever. But yeah, that's last summer, and summer's over, guys. I'm sad.
What was your favorite part of the summer?
Oh my, there are a couple different things that come to mind, but obviously being in Europe was spectacular. I really enjoyed going to Nashville. I really had fun this past weekend. And what else did I do? Any Serbian event I had a really good time. But I think there were a lot of really big things that I did this summer that were amazing. But then, like, there were so many days when, like, I didn't really do much. So,
Yeah. I worked a lot, and, like,
yeah.
those are kind of wasted days. Not really wasted, but, like, I would rather be doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite was definitely Europe. I mean, like I said, that's a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
But I also love New York. Like, New York City is...
That looked awesome.
So-
Who did you guys saw Elton John?
Yeah. Or no. No, Billy Joel.
Oh.
I agreed. I was like, yeah. No, Billy Joel.
I
And
love Billy Joel.
it was the best concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, wasn't it at Madison Square Garden?
Yeah. And the energy, like, I've always heard, like, New York. And I was kind of, like, going in, like, okay, is it, like, that big of a deal? Because when I went to LA, I saw the Hollywood sign, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I was disappointed. But I was not disappointed with New York. And I want to go back already. Like, I loved it so much.
I would love to go to New York.
It was so
Did you
cool.
guys, like, go out?
Not really, because we were out from, like, 5 a.m. to, like, 11 p.m. at night. So, like, it was full days. And we didn't go to the conference much, though. We didn't. I mean, we did, but, like, we skipped some parts to go see Billy Joel.
Yeah, I mean, as one should.
Yeah, I mean, it's Billy Joel.
In Madison Square
In
Garden.
Madison Square Gardens. And
That's crazy.
the energy was just insane. Like, walking into the arena?
Yeah. Stadium. It is an arena.
Yeah, whatever. Insane. Like, I had chills the entire time.
Oh, I'm jealous. That's awesome.
I know. I wish you could have been there.
What else did you guys do when you were there?
We tried to pack as much as we could in 4 days. So I really wanted to eat, like, pizza and, like, go to, like, all these, like, touristy spots. So we did the hop on, hop off bus, which I love those because you can get on, you can go around, see the whole city.
Yeah.
So we did that. We saw the Statue of Liberty. We went to the 9/11 Memorial. We went to Canal Street.
Oh, did you get
That was
any?
so cool. Oh, yeah.
You got stuff?
I stocked up. Oh, yeah.
I've always heard about it. I
It
see
was
a
really
bunch of
cool.
videos on TikTok about people telling you how to, like, properly shop on Canal Street.
My friend is, like, a pro.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, you gotta have, like, the eye for it to see.
She has
if
a guy. She's like, oh, I have a shoe guy. I have a bag guy. I have a perfume guy. I'm like, okay. Like, I'll follow you. And her mom gave her $500 to spend. And she walked out with, like, 2 whole hands, like, bags full.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was great.
But if anybody else was performing at Madison Square Garden, would you guys have gone still, you think, just for, like, the experience?
That one was special because Pat, our advisor who went with us, he has seen Billy Joel 7 times. He loves Billy Joel. And it just happened that Billy Joel was in New York the same time we were.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, like, this is a sign. We have to go.
He went too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't buy tickets because he kept waiting for them to go down, and they were not going down until, like, hours before the show. He ended up just YOLO, bought them all, and we
bought
went.
them for you guys?
What the? It was really awesome.
I wish I could have gone.
I wish you could have too.
I know. Wasn't I supposed? I was
Yeah, you were supposed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never again. I'll never miss another trip. But
Deal.
that's so fun.
It was amazing. Like, I want to go back to New York already. It was that cool.
Do you like it better than Chicago? No, don't say
No,
it. I shouldn't have asked such a
no.
stupid question.
No,
How could
because
you ever?
yeah, I love Chicago. Like, Chicago is like home to me, you know, like my home city. But New York's my second.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I had so much fun the night we went to Chicago.
I know, we
which
need another
also
night like
went
that.
for a conference. And I mean, the difference between me Friday, like being so full of life and like so ready to mingle, or was that Thursday?
I don't even. I think it was
remember.
Thursday.
Thursday, like we were talking, everybody's so chatty. Friday, after we went out all night and had to wake up at like 7 a.m, which by the way would have never have woken up if it weren't for Cicely. Like, I didn't even set an alarm. Like, I don't think I had intentions of waking up that day.
We got back to our room, ordered Taco Bell.
Oh, this is so bad.
So Sonya's like, oh no, I ordered it for 2:00 in the afternoon tomorrow, and we're like, like we're really hungry. She orders another one, and it's not like a little like crunch wrap. Like,
No,
it's a
we ordered
hefty
the
bill.
whole damn menu.
And then it came, and we fell asleep.
We fell asleep before it came. The following morning at like 8 a.m. when we're leaving our hotel, we see our bag of Taco Bell sitting in the lobby. And then the next day, I'm trying to cancel the friggin' order all day, and it wouldn't let me cancel the order. So then we had Taco Bell delivered twice at 2:00 in the afternoon.
And didn't eat any of it.
Didn't eat any of it. I think I told the Uber driver or the DoorDash driver to like eat it themselves. I was like,
You can have it.
you can have it. We're not even at the hotel. So that was funny. But yeah, that day, oh my God.
And then we had to drive home in a snowstorm.
That was insane.
You were so good though. You were so confident. You're like holding on the wheel, like, I'm good. And I was freaking out, but I don't want to like freak you out.
No, I honestly was freaking out too, and I didn't want to say it because I'm like, I'm the one driving, so if I start freaking out, like, it's gonna be bad. But it was scary, but at least like everybody else was driving slow, and we made it. We made it home in one piece, but I felt so bad because Cicely, when you spent the night that night and we had no food at my house.
Hey, we cooked up some good food. You made some good stuff.
We had the most random meal, like salad
And eggs.
I don't even know, like
We're healthy
struggle meal.
queens.
But yeah, that was funny.
That was fun. That was funny and fun.
We did have a good time.
Yeah.
And we ended up with that night at like a jazz bar or something like that.
Yeah.
Good times. But what I don't know. Okay, well, I guess then we'll just dive into a new topic. So I just recently went through a breakup, and I think that has been one of the craziest times of my life. It's been like a little bit over a month, but I don't think I really ever realized like how difficult that is. It's been a really like interesting time, but I'm definitely doing a lot better now. I think when people say like time is the best thing for you, and just like spending your time with people who distract you and stuff, because like the worst is being alone and your just mind starts racing and stuff. But I think I'm doing so much better, like having as much fun as I did this last weekend. You know, it's kind of like exciting for me, feeling like I'm doing things for me again and just like focused on myself. And that's something I've really like appreciated, because I think I put a lot of my like energy into being in a like all of myself into the relationship, and I stopped focusing as much on me. So now it's like super exciting kind of bringing that back. But it's definitely been a process, and obviously every day, like, it's like some days you feel so good, other days it's like highs and lows and stuff, but definitely doing so much better.
That's
like,
good. And it's been a month, right?
Yeah. I think I hit my lowest point. I went to Florida like 2 weeks ago, and I had so much fun in Florida. And then after Florida, I was like, I went from such a high to like coming home and being so sad and stuff, and that's when I hit like my lowest. I've never felt like anything like that, but I knew that after I got through that point, like it would just be so much better from there, and it has been. Like, I don't know. I was trying not to get emotional. I was getting a little choked up there, but I seriously am like a lot happier than I was a month ago. And
I mean, breakups are so hard because, like, you know, there's a chance you guys will break up, but when you're like in that long-term relationship, like you really see a future with yourself and you start planning ahead. And like, how long were you guys together?
Over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time to be with one person.
It's crazy though, like going from literally talking to somebody every waking minute of the day and them knowing like every detail about what's going on in your day-to-day life, and then going to talking to nobody. Like, I talk to my friends and stuff, but it's like I'm not live updating my best friend, you know, like, oh, I'm going to get food right now. Like, it's just weird. And when people say like 1 minute it's like from being everything to complete strangers. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, that is really weird.
But it's life. I mean, I don't know. I guess my mindset is just like, it is what it is.
So when you initially like broke up, was that like the hardest point, or do you think it was like after?
That wasn't the hardest point. I don't think I was fully processing it at the time. And I was surrounded by people like my family, my Serbian friends. The day that I did it, like that night, I was with my friends, and it's just like you're not thinking about it as much in the moment when you're distracted. But then that next morning, like, I woke up and I like wanted it to be a dream. I was so upset, but it's just, you know, having like good people around you. I've had like, my family is awesome. Not trying to cry.
I know. It's important to have those people there, though, because you are so loved and you deserve the world. But
I can't cry. I have eyeliner on. But no, I do have, like, that is a big thing that I've come to like realize through my breakup, is like the people who've reached out, been there for me. Like, I had people texting me every day, like making sure I was okay. Even people who like I never would have expected to text me, and just checking in and like reminding me that they're there for me. And, you know, everything happens for a reason. Like, Cicily texted me, and that's like what gets you through it, is you're reminded like so many more people love you and have your back. So, but it's been rewarding and hard at the same time. Like, I know that I'm a very strong person now, and like, yeah.
And yeah, like you said before, like, time is the best medicine.
Yeah.
So like, breakups suck. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. I've only had one major breakup, and I'm probably the worst person to talk to about this. I was gonna mention that in the episode. Like, I've been with Ben for 7 years.
Yeah.
But I did have one bad breakup.
With him?
With Ben.
Okay. I was gonna say.
And I remember, like, you just feel like betrayed and like just bad. Like, I can't even explain it, but I missed school for 3 days. I just sat in my bed and cried. Like,
yeah,
it's like the worst pain you could ever feel.
Yeah, I definitely stayed in bed so much. Like,
and it was hard. You have to get out.
And yeah, it was so hard. And like, just laying in bed on TikTok, like bed rotting, just like hating how you're feeling in the moment, you know, like nothing seems to go your way. But a big thing that I've always kept in mind throughout the whole thing, like no matter how hard it feels, is everything happens for a reason. Like, they come in your life for a reason, they leave your life for a reason. And I know, like, a lot of the times you don't know that reason right away. It's like a long process of figuring out that reason, but once you figure it out, you know, you understand like everything is a lesson in your life. And I think with like every experience like this, you become better for it. So it's just like reminding myself of that, and that, you know, you don't need to be in a relationship to be happy. The most important thing is always loving yourself first before loving anybody else. And now, like, I just care about me. Like, I just want to have fun. I want to make money. I want to be successful. I want to move. Like, I set goals for myself, and I know what I want to accomplish now. And that's kind of like sent me into that mindset where it's like, I'm not going to sit around and wait for shit anymore. I'm not going to sit around and mope. Like, I'm going to get my shit together. Like, it's time to get better for myself. So I've been working a lot on that, and also just doing little things. Like, I went to the beach the other day and watched the sunset, like, in New Buffalo, and it's so, like, it's just something that makes you happy to be alive. Even when you're mentally struggling or going through something, you need those little, like, pick-me-ups that are like, you know what, the day could be bad, but tomorrow can't be worse, you know?
You have such a good mindset. Like, that's awesome. And, like, you talk about the little things that, like, help you cheer up. And, like, I always think, like, wow, the world is so big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just a little speck in this world.
Yeah.
When I see, like, the sunset or the ocean or even, like, Lake Michigan, like, the world is so big.
It is so, yeah. And that was really just nice. It was a nice way to end my weekend, and it was just, like, relaxing and good vibes. And that's something I need to start doing more, is, like, watching the sunset at the beach, going for walks. I literally live in a beautiful neighborhood with, like, a giant pond, like, going to the park, reading a book. Like, I tend, when I'm sad, to kind of just, like, curl up in a ball and stay in my room and not want to do anything. And I'm trying to, like, break that cycle. Like, oh, you're not feeling great, go to the gym, go on a walk, read a book. Like, do more productive things with your time than sitting there and feeling sorry for yourself. Because, you know, no matter how hard things are for you, like, nothing in life is going to come to you by sitting there and thinking your life is so miserable. So,
and I like how you say, like, everything happens for a reason, because you might be, like, devastated now and not know what, like, why it happened, but in the future you'll probably be like, wow, like, I'm glad that happened.
Mm-hmm. And I'm already, like, feeling a lot better and just feeling like myself again. So that's, like, a good thing. You know, it's been a month and it's been hard, but there's been a lot of great things that have happened. And just, I know I'm planning for me now. Like, I fully have intentions by June to move. Like, and I'm saving money now. Like, I'm making that goal, and I'm going to make it happen. And, you know, there are a lot of my favorite people live around here, like my closest friends, but I also think it's time for me to kind of have, like, a change of atmosphere and experience some new things and stuff.
I was talking about that the other day. I was like, I love Valpo. Like, I've lived here for 4 years, but I'm ready for something new.
Yeah. I need a change of scenery. I love this place. I'm thankful I grew up here. Like, I had a great childhood. I grew up great. Like, the area, the people. I can't ask for more, you know. But I know that this isn't really for me anymore. I think growing up, I always really wanted to move to Chicago, and now that's almost just, like, too close to here for me. I need something different. So I'm working towards that goal, and that's something that I'm happy about, because setting your mind to something and, like, working to see it through, I think a lot of times I'll set goals for myself, and then I'll get lazy or I won't follow through, and I just don't want to be like that anymore. I want to, you know, do things for myself and actually follow through. So
what advice would you give to someone who's going through a breakup right now, like a month in?
I heard it a million times, people saying, like, it's time, you know, you're going to go through your highs, you're going to go through your lows. And the best advice I just have is, like I said earlier, remember that things happen for a reason. One day you'll probably look back on this and you'll be thankful it happened, or you can't imagine your life if that didn't happen. So it's like really discouraging in the moment, but eventually you're going to figure out why it happened and you'll be better for it. So it's hard in the moment. Time goes by slow when you're hurting, but every day does get a little bit better. And if one day is really bad, that doesn't mean the next day is going to be bad. And then the last thing I would say is just be open to new experiences. Like, anytime somebody asks me to do something, now I'm way more inclined to say yes, to have those experiences and be around people and do stuff than I was in the past. So doing different things that you probably weren't doing while you were in the relationship, doing things for yourself, like going on walks and stuff, you know, it's just like being productive with your time and not sitting there and like wallowing in self-pity while you're struggling, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, because there were so many days when I laid in bed and I couldn't do anything with myself, or I'm not saying it's easy. It's just like what worked best for me was finally kind of breaking that cycle and doing better for me. So, but it's hard, and everybody tells you the same thing. And when you're feeling that way, hearing it a million times doesn't make you feel better, because you're like, okay, time might heal, but right now I'm hurting. And you just want to like jump to the time when you won't feel like that anymore.
The one I always hated was there's more fish in the sea. Like shut up.
Yeah. But once you get, sometimes like when you get out of a relationship, you start to see things for how they were, you know, and like things weren't as perfect as you may have thought in the moment. And that's okay too. Like, being in love is a great thing. And that experience is, you know, like you wouldn't trade that for the world, but you start to see more clearly when you're out of a relationship. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been a long process and we're still going, you know, but yeah. Distracting yourself is the best thing to do, for me at least. And just like listening to music in the car, like if I don't have music blasting and I'm not singing along, like I'm in my head thinking, I don't want to think anymore. Just suppress all the thoughts. But yeah, anyways, I don't know. Life has been like really good. It's such a transitional phase, and change scares me, but I'm like embracing change right now. I'm just taking life as it is, and like I'm ready for whatever comes my way.
Period.
That's today's motto.
I think that's a great way to end the episode. I mean, Sonia, I'm so sad for you, and I'm so sorry for you. But guys,
okay,
good side, Sonia's single. Like, what? But seriously, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys all had a great summer, and tune in for next time.
Love you guys.
Bye.